Welcome to A Day in the Life with Mallory and Bella. Mallory sleeps next to her human and she doesn't get up until her human gets up. She likes to have her head scratched and some pets, a little bonding time with her and her human. Bella, who's a very light sleeper, prefers to sleep in her own bed. Of course, she needs her beauty sleep. And she gets a little catfaction in the morning as well. Mallory has her daily routine, so as soon as I get out of bed and give Bella her catfaction, Mallory comes in so she can be groomed. She gets grooming several times a day. That's her special thing. Every opportunity she gets throughout the day, she runs to the grooming mat so that she can have a little bonding session with her human. After a little grooming session, it's time for breakfast. Mallory already came and had her breakfast. Now it's Bella's turn. Mallory's not really big on breakfast, but Bella, as soon as she gets up, right to the kibbles bowl. It's a little bit rainy outside, but that won't stop us. It's never stopped us before. Mallory still wants her walk no matter what the weather. There are a bit more vehicles on the road this morning than we were used to on our walk, so Mallory was a bit more cautious. She stopped for vehicles, so it was a lot of stop and go, stop and go. I'll let you enjoy this portion of the walk. At this portion of the walk, we needed to get to the other side. There was an oncoming vehicle at the intersection that did not signal that they were about to turn towards us, so Mallory sped up. I guess they were distracted by the cat on a leash. Still, that's not an excuse to not use your turn signal, especially when you see pedestrian. Anyways, that's my little rant. At this point, you can see Mallory is a bit more relaxed. We're not too far from home, and this is usually the safe zone to remove her harness. Mallory's a little boss, so she likes to lead the walks. Try to get ahead of her, but here she comes, until she got distracted by a bird that was on the other side of the fence. We eventually made it home, and this will be our first walk of the day. Stay tuned.
Bella.
My other cat, Bella, is afraid of people and she's afraid of vehicles.
Bella.
So she doesn't do daytime walks with us. There's just too much activities going on. So here she is. I invited her out because she likes to be included as well. She looks a bit drowsy here. Looks like she went back to nap after we left. I don't blame her. It's a rainy day after all. But that's not going to stop her from coming out and enjoying the outside with us. She's been very cautious because she saw people outside recently. So she's making sure that no one is out there before she ventured to the front. Here she comes. Being in the front yard during rush hour is not Bella's cup of tea. So she's heading back to the backyard, but I notice she's looking up on the roof. She has that mischievous look. Trying to entice her to go back in the backyard, but nope. Homegirl says on the roof she's going, and that's what she did. It's drizzling a bit, so I'm not sure why she wants to go on the roof during the rain. But hey, as long as she loves it, I love it. Didn't spend a lot of time on the roof because it was raining out, and well, she was exposed to all the element. She quickly came down and decided that she was gonna get herself some fiber. Those grass don't look as delicious. So she went and she found herself some newly sprouted fresh grass that's digestible. Bella likes to be outside as long as her human is outside. However, at this point in time, I said, let's take it inside because I am getting wet. We went inside and we played with some ropes. Then we played with this feather thing here, trying to get her to jump and be active. I try to get the cats to expend as much energy as possible in the morning. That way they can sleep throughout the day while I try to get some work done. Both my cats are very needy. They don't play well by themselves and they don't play well with each other. The reason for having two cats is so that they could play with each other, but they would rather play with their human individually. So here's Bella. Like I mentioned before, she likes to play. Mallory likes walks and to be groomed. We've been playing for a while now and I didn't hear Mallory come inside. So I decided to take a break from playing with Bella and go see where Mallory was. Of course, Mallory was outside because she couldn't just come in the open door by herself. Look at her sitting out there in the rain. Bella, of course, ran outside as soon as I opened the door. She always ran outside. Mallory came in, I had to towel her off, and then she ran to the kitchen for some food. After such a long walk, she definitely had an appetite, except she didn't like this food that I gave her. It's a chicken and rice with veg. I'm trying to add some variety other than the tuna and the trout that she's used to, but she was not liking it. She did enjoy the treats though. I finally caved and gave her some yogurt. My cats are definitely fans of yogurt. I'm not sure why, but they love it. Not long after we settled down, saw Mallory jumped up to the window because there was an intruder. That's my neighbor's cat. He lives 2 houses away from us, but every time he escapes outside, he comes over to our house. I don't know why these cats just gravitate towards each other. Mallory and him do not get along. But as soon as Mallory gets outside, Mallory goes to their house. When he gets outside, he comes to our house. The difference between him and Mallory is that he does not leave. He spends the whole day until either I bring him home or his human come and get him. But anyway, here they are having a standoff. At this point in time, Bella was somewhere in the back hunting, so she didn't get to join this little chaos, thankfully. Look at Mallory chasing after the neighbor's cat. I thought the cat left and went home, but I went outside and he was in the backyard. So I'm trying to entice him to go home, and he was not having it. He said, "Nope, I'm not ready. Leave me alone." I walked him out to the front and tried to get him home, but he wouldn't go, so I just locked him out in the front yard. At this point, Bella came back from wherever she was and she ran inside. That cat is bigger than both my cats, so Bella does not want to take any chance. Eventually, Mallory went to sleep. Bella played around a little bit until she decided that she wanted to sleep as well. Later in the afternoon, I decided that the cats need to go outside and just release some tension. They've been inside all day because of the rain and because of the neighbor's cat. So they needed to get outside and get some exercise and just release some tension. Here they are walking the plank. I think because the grass was wet, they didn't want to get their paws wet. So they're trying to balance on this little beam here. I left the girls outside, went back inside, only to realize that the neighbor's cat was in the backyard. So I took them back in. Here's Bella getting cozy on my lap while I try to get some work done. Mallory eventually fell asleep on the bed. This didn't last very long though, because shortly thereafter, I heard her screaming. And lo and behold, the neighbor's cat was back. Yay! He's been hanging around the yard all day. He tried to get in a couple times. Turns out he was taking shelter in the backyard from the rain, and every now and then he'd get up on the windowsill to see if he saw any movement inside the house, and then he'd go back and take shelter. So, as luck would have it, Mallory was inside the room and he got some attention. Bella was fast asleep in the closet when she heard all that ruckus. Surprisingly, she didn't come and join. I guess she was too tired for all that nonsense. The neighbor's cat wouldn't leave. I tried closing the curtains. That didn't work. So eventually I had to remove Mallory from the room and close the door. Eventually I lured the neighbor's cat home. Mallory was so tense from all that howling and hissing. So I decided to take her on another walk in the afternoon. She seems to be having a good time, releasing some of that frustration. As we got closer to home, Bella came out and greeted us. She was outside doing whatever she was doing, and then she saw us approaching, so she came and made sure we got home safely.
Wait. There you go.
Bella munches on grass every opportunity she gets. I guess at this time of the year, the grass must be really delicious. So I tried to lure her back in the backyard because at this point I wanted to go inside and I didn't want to leave her out in the front. Mallory decided to hang out under the car, so she and Bella are having a meeting. I'm not sure what the meeting was about, but it looks like Mallory could not be convinced. The girls hang outside for the rest of the afternoon until they felt like coming inside. Then came nighttime, and it was time for Mallory's final walk. At this point, it was raining, but rain has never stopped us before, and she doesn't seem to mind, so neither did I. Nighttime walk with Mallory so that she can decompress and she will sleep well throughout the night. If she doesn't get her final walk for the night, she'll throw a little hissy fit, a little temper tantrum. She will hiss at Bella, bite at Bella, scratch at her human, bite at her human. So I just make sure that she is well situated for the night. Finally, we're home, and thankfully, I didn't have to negotiate with her to go inside tonight. At this point, she's pretty wet, so I can understand. Bella usually waits for us by the door and then she tries to run out as soon as I open the door, so I'm hoping she does not try to run out tonight. And look at that. I guess she didn't want to go out in the rain tonight, so she didn't try running outside the door, thankfully. And this ends her walk with Mallory. As soon as we got in, I towel dry her off and then gave her some wet food, which she didn't like either. So she went and she had some dry kibble. And then she called it night night. I hope you enjoy this day in the life video. Like and comment below.